It's a really nice day, living in the right space. Breathing your grace, got me feeling some kind of way. Yeah, you're keeping me sane, got me in my right brain. I can't explain, but I'm feeling some kind of way. You know what you see is what you find. You just get a piece of my mind. And you know I believe in no sign. Cause no matter where I go, it's so bright. Every day I see the sunrise. Even if it feels like a climb, I don't have to walk that line. That's why I wake up and it's a really nice day, living in the right space. Breathing your grace, got me feeling some kind of way. Yeah, you're keeping me sane, got me in my right brain. I can't explain, but I'm feeling some kind of way. You got me like, ooh, I can shake it. Breathing in your grace like, ooh, I won't trade it. You got me like, ooh, I can shake it. Living in the space like, ooh, I won't trade it. Shining in the dark without my bright side. Wanna see your image like an icon. Couldn't even see it with the lights on. Had to try and get you with an icon. Yeah, change the atmosphere, you got me feeling loosely. A better picture, I can see it like the movies. Now I know that you're the one, not 2, 3. I'm hitting around with the glory like a gun. It's a really nice day, living in the right space. Breathing your grace, got me feeling some kind of way. Yeah, you're keeping me sane, got me in my right brain. I can't explain, but I'm feeling some kind of way.
I miss that sexy smile, looking forward to see you. I hope I will lose control. Love you every night, no checking the time, 'cause I was loving you all night long. I can let you go, baby, it's the right, we already know. And we feel it, I really do understand the truth, we can't go any road. Need you now. I'm your queen and you the king right now. It's a kingdom, let's play how you like. Does it make you feel, or you wanna change? I'll be whatever what you like. We can dance, you got to move tonight. Stars are watching us in the sky. I wanna last it forever. It's a sexy smile, looking forward to see you. I hope I won't lose control. Love you every night, the time, just us loving you all night long. I can let you go, baby, it's the right, we already know. And we feel it, I really do understand the truth, we can't go any road. Need you now. Let's change the clothes we have a drive. You know how you make me feel alive. Come close to me, I'm obsessed with your different kind of style. Don't you ever leave, step by my side. On my head, 'cause I don't have much time. I wanna hug you forever. Mr. Sexy Smile, looking for to see you. I hope I will lose control. Look you every night, checking the time, 'cause I'm loving you all night long. I'm Mr. Sexy Smile, looking for to see you. I hope I will lose control.
Late night, we in the building. Late night, we're in the building. All right, so we're doing some live market observation. It's 1 o'clock in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. Whatever platform that you are tuning in from, make sure that you like the video. Share the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're not already. Turn on the bell notifications. If you're tuning in from Facebook, follow the TeamAlliance page. Turn on the bell notifications so that you can get notified when we go live. If you're on Twitter, please retweet. Also, like the video. All right. It's late or early, depending on how you want to look at it. So I'm not expecting too many people to be here live right now. Although that could change. People could wake up. They might see the bell notification. Well, not even the bell, but just any of the notifications that have gone out. And they may decide to join in. But I wanted to do a live observation earlier this evening, but I was preoccupied with a bunch of other things. I was mainly trying to get this internet to operate properly on this side of my residence. The side I'm on is like the internet is weak over here. And it's been giving me problems anytime I've been going live. So I'm hoping that my efforts prove to be fruitful. What I did was I got a range extender for the Wi-Fi. So hopefully that'll help out. I'm not seeing that little icon that's showing that the signal is weak. So far we're looking good. So we'll see. We'll see if it helps. Hopefully it does. And the recording will come out much better, and the broadcast will be much better as well. All right. Excuse me. All right. So to remain in line with what I've been going over the past few observations, I did the live market observation. I think it was number 29 was the one before this one. This one tonight is 30, volume 30. And I did a few coffee and charts observations. And all of them, and in all of them, I've been talking about the position changes in the market and how you can use them to reset, so to speak, whenever you're unsure about what you're observing in the market. Now, what do I mean by that? When the market changes its position, it does not necessarily change its behavior. That's something that I said at the end of the last market observation. And hopefully you guys caught that and understood it. That's powerful, because
what that is letting us know is that, yes, the market will move around to different areas. It will move to different locations. Um, but just because it relocates, it does not mean that the behavior of the actual market is changing. And I'm just putting arrows and things of that nature to mark where certain things are taking place. So right here, for example, where I just placed this arrow, this represents a position change here. And the one thing that the box does is it isolates the area where the presence of stability will be easily identifiable when you look. So visually, you see that we have a box here, right? The box represents the area between two strike prices. And I know that some of you that may watch this, either the replay or even if you're here now, if you're not familiar with the platform that we're using, this platform is called NADEX. What we trade here are referred to as binary options. They are not the traditional binaries that you can trade on overseas platforms. These binaries have specifically been designed by NADEX, which is an exchange. And basically, the binary is simple. You're either buying or you're selling, and you're either going to be correct or incorrect about the position of the market at the end of the expiration of the binary. So, for example, these are 5-minute binary options that we're observing. If at the end of the binary, in other words, when it expires, when this clock here goes down to 0, if you are correct about the position of the market, then you will collect a profit from that trade. You'll win the trade, and whoever was trading in the opposite direction is going to lose the trade. So if you were selling, for example, and you happen to sell this strike price right here, where you see my mouse, the top of this box, if you sold, then all the market would need to do is remain inside the green box, which it is doing, and which it will do at the end of this binary also. There's 2 whole minutes left on this binary, and I can tell you that the market is going to stay inside of this box, period. How do I know that? Well, because I'm already aware of the behavior of the market. So when I refer to things like position change, and you hear me say when the market changes its position and then it goes back into ranging, when I say that, that's a very powerful statement, because what I'm saying is that even though the market relocates its position in the overall scheme of where the market is moving, it is not changing its behavior, because when it relocates, it starts to range again. Range is the first indication of stability in the market. Stability is the reason why the market will remain in a position that it is in. Stability is the reason why the market will remain in a range that it is in. Stability is the reason why the movement of the market will be committed, consistent. It will not have different energies in it, such as reversal energy. Instead of reversal energy, it'll have quiet energy. What does that mean? Quiet energy is simply when the market is moving slowly. And not only is it moving slowly, it's not moving far during each increment. So we're looking at a 1 minute chart right now, for example. And for anyone that was paying attention to what I pointed out when I put this arrow here, you can see that this candle right here represented the position change. And then you saw the market start to range again. See? Started ranging again. So that range behavior is present. How do I know that it would be present again? Because when we had 2 minutes left on the clock, I said that the market would stay in the box, which it did. Now, am I predicting that? Nope. I don't have to. Because I understand behavior, I know that the position change and then the continuation of the range means that the market is going to remain in the new position. Meaning that if the market repositioned itself into this box, that's where it's going to stay. See, is that predicting? Nope. And because we don't have to predict, we can simply just observe. And by observing, we'll recognize that that behavior is already present. See, the ranging behavior is present already. So when the market relocates its position, all it's doing is repositioning itself into another area. If that area is inside of a box, because remember what the box is. The box is the distance between 2 strike prices. That's all it is. So we're boxing in an area, and the market, when it repositions itself into an area, if the market is stable, that's the area that it will stay in. This is called behavior. And this is why you'll hear me mention things like we don't have to rely on the direction. In other words, I don't care what the direction is. If the behavior is not understood, it means nothing. If you're not recognizing what the behavior is and you're not able to identify it, I don't care if the market's moving up, if it's moving down, if it's trending, it doesn't matter what it's doing. If that behavior is not identifiable, it means that it is a coin flip. Coin flip. Meaning that, hey, just pick a side. Guess, because it can go either way. And people, when they trade that way, don't position themselves to be consistent, because that's not a consistent way to trade. What's the purpose of being consistent? To win. What is, like, just think about it. You want to consistently trade, or do you want to consistently win your trades? You can't win your trades if you're flipping a coin. So you have to eliminate the coin flip aspect of trades. How do you do that? By recognizing behavior. See, when people don't recognize behavior, what happens is they fall victim to the coin flip, whether they realize it or not. Even what they're thinking is something that the market may be doing at the time still is a coin flip. When you don't understand behavior and you're not able to recognize it, it is a coin flip. Period. And I'm just putting another arrow here. So you know, when I place these arrows, what these arrows represent. These small arrows represent position change. Now, last week I mentioned that I was going to begin to elaborate on time. and I am going to do that. I'm not going to get into too much detail tonight because it's late, and I actually want to start fresh when I go into more detail. But just in general, understanding time and how stability plays a role with transcending time. This is how you're elevating your understanding. The market is something that respects itself, meaning that once it begins to present a type of behavior, it will continue to recognize its own behavior. And this is what you'll see manifest in the market when the market responds to its own behavior. So, for example, when the market moves somewhere, if it doesn't go beyond there, it's respecting where it moved to. We call that a barrier. And it makes sense because the word sounds like what the market's doing. The market is creating a barrier. What is a barrier? It's something that's preventing it from going any further. Right? Just like if you put a barrier up behind your house, the barrier is a wall, more than likely. You put a wall there, that's a barrier. It's preventing anything from going past it. So it's the same dynamic with the market. Now, the market is dynamic, so the market is building the barrier and the market is respecting the barrier at the same time. That's what's crazy. You see? That is what's crazy. So within all of that, once you recognize behavior, you're able to understand why the market will respect the barrier that it created. Now, I'll give you a few examples of a barrier, just so that you can understand and elevate off of what you do already. The box is a barrier. Whoa, 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 whoa. Mark, why'd you say that? The box is a barrier. All right, see, I'm not, and I won't get too, like I said, I'm just touching on certain things. I'm not going to go too deep into them because I don't want to do too much right now. It's late. Okay? I don't want to do too much. But I want you to understand the principles of the way that I see the market. Because the way that we see the market is going to be the same way that we enter trades. When you trade, you should have full confidence in being in the trade. Full confidence, meaning that there's no doubt about whether or not you're going to experience the outcome any differently. The outcome is always going to be the same when we're in the market. And that's why you have to have an ironclad process that you use, because the outcome is a reflection of the process. See? The outcome is a reflection of the process. Now, I want to show you something. This is interesting. Do you see right now? You see this red candle? I want you to tell me, do you feel that this market is going to go outside of this box, or is it going to stay inside the box with 20 seconds left on the clock? I want you to tell me right now. Is it going to stay in the box, or is it going to go outside the box? And I know that there's a little delay on here, but I just want to see what your responses are. Stacy said stay. Orion said stay. Micah, he said stay. Alvin, Forrest. All right, so it stayed in the box. Now, the reason that I asked that is because you saw something that looked as if it was going to change the outcome of what was going on here. See? Now, on this red candle, I mean, out of nowhere, this right here represented the last minute of the binary. And we know that during the last minute of a binary, many of you have seen instances where the market does something crazy, like, oh, look at what it did at the last few seconds. Now, excuse me, this move, someone would see this and be like, oh my God, that was a crazy move. If you're not aware of the fact that the market was already stable, this would look like a crazy move to you. It looks crazy because you're seeing, look at all these blue candles, and then you get one big red candle right at the end of the binary. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And you are now nervous about what this market is going to do here. It's like, oh God, what's it going to do? And the reason that I asked you, well, you're looking at a big long red candle. And when I asked the question, the candle was at the very bottom. It was literally touching the bottom of the box. And I asked the question because I wanted to see what you guys would respond. Now, the majority of you said that it would stay in the box. Here's my question. Why did it stay in the box? That's the question. Why did that stay in the box? Why? So I'll give you guys a moment to respond to that because I know that there is a delay on here. So it takes a little while for the comments to catch up. But that is the question. Why? And here are the responses. Look at what Latoya says. She said, because there's quiet energy in the market. Angel said that there is range, stability. Yep. Naked flower, stability. Stacy talking about she told it to. Micah says because the market is stable. Alvin, now this is interesting. Alvin said it's respecting its barrier. Hold on. Listen to what he said. It's respecting its barrier. What did I say a moment ago? And I said, I'm not going to go into too much detail. There was something very specific that I said. And I want you to tell me what I said. I want to see if y'all remember. It was something very specific that I said. And it has to do with what Alvin is saying. He said it respected its barrier. Now, there was something that I said in particular. I want to see if you guys remember. Micah says the market respected itself. The market did respect itself, but what did I say earlier? Stacy don't remember clearly. She want me to repeat it. Otis is very close. He said it went back to where the position changed and then created a barrier. Forrest says that it respects barriers that it creates. Yes, that's it. Yep, that's what I said. Toya said it creates its barriers and it respects it. And then I said something about barriers, something very specific. And I said it one time. The question is, what did I say earlier during this live stream about what a barrier is? I said something very specific. I said it one time, and I said I don't want to go into detail about it. Trying to see if you're paying attention or if you're half asleep. It's looking like you're half asleep. Oh, here we go. I take it back. Hold on. That ain't it. This. This. Look at this. I said the box is a barrier. There we go. Forrest got it. The box is the barrier. Man, oh man, oh man. And yes, I did say barrier is a wall. That's right. So Latoya is paying attention. But yeah, specifically, I pointed out that the box is a barrier. This is why when the market repositions itself, it's the introduction of the market into a new box. I want to show you something. Watch this. It's the introduction of the market into a new box. What do y'all see right here? There's an arrow here. What does the arrow represent? It represents the first time that the market repositioned into this new box. Let's go back. Let's go back over here. Market did it here too. There's an arrow here. This candle market repositioned itself out of this box into the new box. And this is where the market stayed. Even all the way back here. When you look at all of these just different examples, look at the first time that the market repositions itself. Because when the market is ranging, what it will do is continue to range. Look at this. Look at the box. Market repositioned itself for the first time here after being in this box here. So here's a new box. This was the box it came from. Look. Before this box was this box. Look at where the arrow's at. Arrow represents the first time the market moved into a new position, a new box. This is the power of range. Range is the first indication that the market is stable. So if it's the first indication, it's also going to be the last one. If the market starts to range, that's what it will continue to do until it stops. It's just ranging. It's repositioning and then ranging again. Repositioning, ranging. And it's repeating this. So your ability to understand that the market is ranging, combining that with the fact that when the market positions itself into a new area, it's just simply a position change. Sometimes the position change is real strong. Sometimes it's not that strong. You see various examples. This one not too strong. This one not that strong. But if you go back here, there was one that was strong. Look at this one. This is a strong one. Sometimes the position change, you see this big candle, you're like, oh, market has speed in it. Actually, no, the market does not have speed in it. All this is a position change because the dominant candles are small. You only got this one big candle. Then what happens? It goes right back into the range. And it's in a box. A new box. So understand what I'm showing you, and look at just look at what it's doing still. Look at what it's doing still. Look at this. It's still in the box. The box is the barrier. Boy, oh boy. Is this making sense for y'all? Look at what order says. Look at this. That's why we move the box every time it breaks the box. Bingo. Come on, man. Come on. See, this level of understanding of what we're doing is going to help to calm you down, because I know that you get anxious and excited when you are dealing with the market, especially when you go live and you're trading with real money. When you're trading with real money, it's on. It's like, man, we here. This is real now. And it's a natural thing to be anxious. It's a natural thing to be fearful at a certain level. That's a natural thing. It's like you shouldn't feel bad that you got butterflies in your stomach. You should have butterflies in your stomach. This is something that's new to you, for one, and it's something that you're working through your natural inclination to be kind of like skeptical and afraid and not confident. You're working through all of that. This is why the training is so important. You got to just listen to 301 on repeat. Listen to 301 Mindset on repeat. That's why those 4 videos and the 301 playlist, I give you those to watch and listen to every day, because they will help to keep you in alignment with the process. And ultimately, that keeps you in alignment with the market. You begin to understand why. See, it's one thing when you are looking at whether a trade was valid, or, oh man, was that a trade? Was that a trade? That was almost a trade. It's almost there. It's almost there. when you hear me say it's almost there, I'm not even talking about a trade yet. When I say it's almost there, I'm talking about behavior. Hold on. It's almost there means that, you know what? The market is not ranging yet. It's not respecting the box long enough yet. There's too much touching of the strikes. It keeps touching the box. It keeps breaking the box. We ain't there yet. That's what I mean when I say we're not there yet. It's not that we didn't get a trade yet, because the trade is insignificant when the market's not stable. The same way that if you just thought about it, just like here where I asked y'all about this right here. I said, is the market gonna stay in the box right here? Remember this big red candle? And I asked y'all, is it gonna stay in the box? Imagine yourself being in the trade. What if you were in the trade and you saw this? How confident would you be that the market is still gonna stay in the box in spite of this? How confident would you be in it? See? You need to be confident, but not confident just because, but you need to be confident because of what you're seeing in the market. We've already seen that the market is stable. It's repositioning itself and it's ranging. It's repeating that over and over. That's what it's doing. See, so it helps you to understand, oh, I understand now why I'm staying in the box so long. Because there's that much stability present. See, the more stable the market is, the longer it stays in the box for. The more stable the market is, the longer the range will be present for. See? Stability manifests this way. This is what it looks like. More stable the market is, when the market position changes, it stays in the new position it's in. So we recognize when the market position changes into a new box, that's letting us know it's going to remain in the new box. So it's not that you then become reckless, like, oh, well, I can just take whatever trade I want. No, that's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is that you're understanding why the market is remaining. You're understanding why the market's holding. Just like move and hold. What is move and hold? That's just behavior. If you look at these candles, that's what these candles look like, don't they? The majority of these candles are move and hold candles. Let's just look at them. Very few of them have wicks on them. That's because there is that level of stability present, where the market's moving to wherever it's going to and it's staying there. And it's doing that at a micro level and at a macro level. So the micro level is the candles. The macro level is the box. So not only is it respecting the barrier in RCB, it's respecting the box. And this is my point here. If you're unsure about the box currently, what happens when you get a new position change? That new position change will move the box somewhere else. It'll move it into the new position. And as a result of that, now it resets and you can start over. And you'll be clearly understanding why the market is now staying in the new box. You following me? Yes, this is exactly what this is intended to do, to calm you down. Yep. Angel says then it's just a matter of watching micro behavior until MRMH shows you everything that you need to know about the whole picture, a complete study. Bingo. And I literally just said micro and macro because I said that the micro is the candle, is the macro is the box. It's all the same. So you see how you're elevating in your understanding of what we do already. See, like this is what I mean about it's not new. Because people will look at this, they'll be like, "Oh, he's doing something different." No, I'm not. This is the same thing we've been doing the whole time. The whole time. Here we go, moving the box. See? Move the box. That's all. That's it. That's what we do. So when you apply the process and you're understanding why you're applying the part of the process that you're applying at the time, it's because you're elevating in your understanding of what we do overall. See? It's just like when I'm saying, well, are you applying parameters? See, if you're applying parameters, why? Why would you be applying parameters? Because you already know that the market is stable. See? You know that already. Well, how do you know? RCB. That's how you know. Because RCB represents the completion of everything that you need to have. It means that the market's in position. It means that the market is respecting the barrier. It's creating clusters, and it's in a range. All the above. So, just as an example, here we are again. Is the market going to stay in the box? Of course. Of course it is. So, I want you to notice that the market is transcending time. What do I mean by that? It's transcending the time. When the market repositioned itself here, it was at the beginning of the binary. Uh-oh. It was at the beginning. Look at the time. It was 140. So at the beginning of this current binary, it was already determined what the outcome would be. What do I mean by that? You already know that the market is repositioning itself into this new box. And because of the existing behavior, you already know that the market's going to stay in the box. Shit. Oh shit. What does he mean? It's very clear what I'm saying. So every time that you are in observation, you're still applying the actual process, the entire protocol. And the reason that you do that is because when the market establishes itself and its presence, and it determines that stability is what's dominating, now it's only a matter of time before the trade is given to you. See? The market is going to give you the trade also. So not only is it positioning itself, repositioning itself, doing all of this, stabilizing, right? It's not just doing all of that and that's it. It's doing all of that, and then at the same time, it gives you a trade also. And by the time it gives you the trade, that's going to be the trade that has the outcome that you know already. Because you already know the outcome of the behavior that's present. Does that make sense? And the key to our process is that anything that is not what we know represents stability gets ignored. Until the market is stable, what do? Nothing. Market breaking the box, what do? Move the box. That's all. So even when the market's not doing like what we've been seeing it do thus far tonight, even when it's not doing this, you know what you're not doing. You know what you're still waiting to see. And when all of those things are present and then the market gives you a trade, that's going to be the trade. See? That's going to be the trade because you already know the outcome of that. You know the outcome because you already know what the behavior is that's present. And this is why you never apply parameters until you are certain that stability is present. Let me see. JG says, so it's best to observe the movement and act accordingly instead of just buying a ticket. Yeah. Yeah, we under no circumstance do we just trade. Like that's the thing. We never just trade. This is a good question. We never just trade. Like you don't get on here and then just start looking for your rules to be met for entry into a trade. No, that's not what we do at all. Matter of fact, that's the last part of our process. The entry into the market and into the trade is the last part. Most people, it's their first part. And that's why most people are not winning consistently. Bilal, what's going on? Angel says the box also helps you to see position change well in advance. It just feels funny, and then boom, it moves out of the box. Right. That's right. Yes, it does. And because you're becoming more and more in tune with the market, you start to see, like, it's almost like you see it before it happens. Like, you know it's going to happen. And then it happens. And it's just simply because you're that used to recognizing when the market is in the process of transitioning into stability. So basically all of these things combined. The box is something that if the market is violating the top or the bottom, if it's doing that, you know the market ain't stable yet. Even when the market does begin to stabilize, and let's say, for example, starts ranging. Okay, if it's ranging, but it's still touching the top or bottom of the box, you know that that is still not stable. So yes, it's ranging, giving you that the first indication of stability is present, but the market is not in position yet. How do you know that? Well, it's not in the box. It's not staying in the box. See? And until it starts to stay in the box, you know that the market is not there yet. It should not be violating the barrier. The same way that when RCB is disrespected, it's not RCB. If the market is touching the top and bottom of the box, it's violating that barrier because the box represents the barrier. Or let me rephrase that. The box represents a barrier. It's not the same barrier as in RCB. RCB is specific. That's when the range and the candles cluster together and respect the barrier between the candles and the strike. But the box itself, from top to bottom, is a barrier. Mark, what do you mean? Look at how long the candles are staying inside the box. Just use this as an example. All of the candles after the position change are where? Inside of the box. So when a new position change comes, what is the market doing again? Staying inside of the box. Market is repositioning itself, and that repositioning is putting it into the new box. So now when you apply the parameters, and let me give you an example here of why we use parameters. Here you see this was the transition, this was the position change on this candle where the arrow is at. By the time you got into the 3rd minute of the binary, you had the market here. During the last minute of the binary, the parameters were not met. And on this candle, this happens to be the only candle that closed outside of the box. So if you were selling and you just sold it outright without applying parameters, you would be in this and you would have lost that trade. All because you didn't apply the parameters. Now, mind you, the parameters are simply a part of our process. So it's the same way that if you ignore whether the market is stable or not, meaning, all right, well, is it even staying in the box? Is RCB even present? Is MRMH there? Like, what do we have that tells us the market's stable? Oh, well, I'm not sure, but parameters lined up. There's a lot of trades. Well, yeah, there's trades all day. But what good is the trade if the market's not stable? Meaning, how do you know the outcome of what the market is doing if you don't understand what the behavior is of the market at that time? How do you know what the outcome is going to be if you don't know what the behavior is? And that's why we apply the entire process. See? That's why. Why not ride the wave it's going in and take some profit and leave? Because we want all the profit. We're not picking off pieces of the fruit. The apples are falling from the tree for us. We don't even got to go pick them. They fall down. See, now this mentality here is fear. I'm going to take some and leave. That's fear. You're afraid of the market when you trade that way. That's why you want to hurry up and take profit when you see it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. See, this is a fact. People that want to take profit early are scared. And I understand. Because I know why you're scared. You're scared because you don't really understand the market. If you understood the market, you wouldn't be scared. You would be in that trade until the binary expires with confidence. Oh, excuse me. Maui Jeff, what's happening? Walker, what's up? He said it's boxing. Parameters be putting water in that juice. Indeed. I like this. This is good, Angel. She said, just because you in the box don't mean that you're in the promised land yet. You still got work to do. Let's go. That's good. See, and understand what the box is doing. It's helping you to, with precision, know if the market is stable or not. Like, you see how some people be wondering about it. Man, I wonder if the market is stable. You should reach the point where there's never a question of if it's stable yet or not. You'll know. You'll know. These tools that I'm giving you will let you know. The tools let you know. They also let you know to what degree the market is stable, because as I mentioned earlier, you can have a range and still have the market violating the box. You can have a range and still have the candles hugging the strike. That's a violation of the box. They're not in the box. They're violating it. You can have that. See? But what happens when the market starts to stop violating the box and stays in it? Then the market starts to reposition itself, and it does a position change and starts you fresh. And then sets up RCB. And then a trade comes in the box. What happens when that happens? That's the apple falling from the tree. See how that works? That's the apple falling from the tree. All right, let's do a little exercise real quick. Based on everything we've been seeing so far. 2 minutes left on this binary. And you had to enter this trade right here. So you bought. You got full confidence that this is going to stay in the box? Is this trade right here going to win? This is the 2 a.m. Strike price is what is this? 1799. Is this trade right here going to win? Yes or no? Sí or no? Okay, tú quieres mujeres. Bilal says yes. Angel, yes. Walker said it'll stay within that zone, yes, but no trade for us. Alvin, yes. All right. Kenneth said yes, maybe. Kenneth, I'm curious why you are putting the maybe there. Why are you saying that? Why are you not confident that the market? Because see, what I'm really asking you, I'm really not asking you about this trade. My real question is the market going to stay in the box? That's the real question. It ain't got nothing to do with this trade. My question was, is the market going to stay in the box? So I am curious to know why you said maybe. He said because it's a market. What does that mean? long candle. What does that mean? And this is London also opening. London just opened at 2:00. That's why you're seeing this movement just out of nowhere just start accelerating. Whenever you have a stock market open in another part of the world, oftentimes you'll just see increased activity in the market. So that's why you saw this just now. But right before that, you saw clearly what the market has been doing. You were aware of the behavior. Question is, why are you doubting? No, this was before the red candle. Nah, so all right. So just to clarify, we didn't even see this red candle yet. Prior to that red candle, my question was simply, was the market going to stay in the box? And if you take the red candle out, you can see that the market clearly stayed in the box. But the question is why? Why did the market stay in the box? And if you can't answer that, then you don't understand yet what you're seeing. You're not doubting. So why did you say maybe? Curious why you said maybe. Because it was moving. How was it moving? It was moving out of range. Actually, it was moving further into the box. So I'm not sure what you mean. It moved further into the range, into the box. So, all right. My question was, is it going to stay in the box? And it moved further into the box. And you're saying that you were not fully confident in it staying in the box because it's a market, there was a long candle, movement comes from the market, and then you said because it was moving and it was out of range. And so far, none of that makes sense with over a minute. Okay, so take the time out of the equation for a moment, because I talked about this earlier. Stability transcends time. If you take the time out completely, the question is the market going to stay in the box? And I asked the question with 2 minutes left. And 2 minutes later, the market was further in the box. Okay, you're saying yes to what? What I'm really trying to get you to say is why you were not confident in the stability that you saw. Or I should say the stability that was present. Look at your post above. You got like 10 posts above. Which one? I'm reading them in order. You said it's a market. There's a long candle. Movement comes from the market. Then you said see red candle because it was moving out of range, up with over a minute. Okay, I have no idea what you're talking about though. Because I'm just trying to get you to answer the question I'm asking. Go up more. Just copy and paste what you said. Copy and paste what you said because I'm not gonna scroll up. iPad. All right, what you can do, just remember what I asked you. Later on, you can post it in the group chat, and I'll get an opportunity to read it. But again, just for clarification, the question that I was asking was, why were you not confident that the market would remain in the box during that binary? And just putting time outside of your head, what was the behavior that you were seeing? The behavior that you were seeing was the behavior that was present pretty much the entire time that we were on for the live. There was stability present. So if you know that the market is stable, then you understand why it was already remaining in the box. So when I asked that question and you said, yeah, maybe it'll stay in the box. My next question to that was, well, why do you think that it's a maybe instead of a solid yes? All right, so that's what the question is. So like I said, when you get a moment, post your response to that question in the chat. The moment when you comprehend the market is when the invisible becomes visible. Okay, that's true. Absolutely. But that's not that doesn't answer the question. So just think about what I asked. When you play this back, play this again so that you can hear the question again, and just think about your response to that, because that's what I'm curious to know. Why were you not confident in the yes? Because you said yes, maybe. So why were you putting maybe at the end was the question, instead of it just being a confident yes? All right, so think on that, sir. All right, y'all. So we've been on here hour and 15 minutes. That's great. That's good. This was an excellent observation. Hopefully you guys got some more clarity, and make sure that you watch this again. So this will be the recommended training for tonight. Recommended training for tonight. Yes, that's the question. Why did you say maybe? Yep. That is the question. To be or not to be? That is the question. Yep, that's the question. All right, y'all. I'm out. Mark Fuller, TeamAlliance. You know what it is. Live market observation. volume number 30. Peace out.
Dom DeMarco, Dom DeMarco,